Alright, welcome back to the last video in the first week. Okay, we're going to take a quick rundown. So the five, we're going to be focusing on the launch part, right? Looking at initiation, project charters, and setting smart goals. Yeah, so think about it. You have you want to start projects and they tell you, that's just what we want. Just go and do it for us, okay? Yeah, all right. Don't do that. All right. It's called a napkin problem. All right. It's called starting a project without clear expectations. All right. So what that means is you're starting. So you say don't start work on a handshake. I want you to do this thing for me. Right? Something that looks like this, that looks like this, that looks like this. That's nice. You can say, oh, he's my friend. Let me just do it for him. But you are risking something very big where you start the project, you commit resources, you pay money, you invest money, the budget, and the owner of the project comes back to say that this is not what I actually want you to do. Do you get what I'm saying? So you risk that, okay? And you shouldn't be in that, okay? You shouldn't be in that because the project management framework itself solves for this kind of issue, right? One of the ways it solves for this is, when it tells you that you should name, I think my video is having an issue right here. Okay, just moving on. So, give me a minute, please. All right, just moving on. Okay. So yeah, you risk a situation where you waste resources because of unclear expectations. And yeah, the project management framework solves for this by telling you that you need to effectively, all right, you need to effectively um, do an initiation phase, right? The initiation phase is the phase where you agree on requirements, all right, between you and the client. You see, before you move to planning, you plan. So at that planning phase, if you are still not sure, go back to clarifying requirement before you execute. Because by the time you're executing, you've paid people already, okay? So yeah, so it's very important that it's very important that and the documents that comes out of that, like I said before, is the project charter. Project charter is not an idea, all right? It is a planned project. It's maybe this is not a project plan. This is the document that highlights what the project is, what it's about, what it's going to help us achieve, what we're going to do with it. Something like an official mandate, so to say. Okay, so what goes inside a project charter, like you can see on the screen, project name, the business case, you can say the points. What's the point, right? Is this a safe thing to put money into, right? Is this why are we doing it? You see, so if you've seen a project charter in some project charters, you see something like development of 200 a 200 seater in a federal university in the southwest. That's a project name. The business case would be something like, according to data found from research across let me use Ekiti State, across students in Ekiti State University, we discovered that there is a high ratio of um, students loitering on on the school premises due to lack of sitting space in classes. Therefore, there is valid need for this project. Do you see? So, if I'm writing something, I'll make it a lot more technical. That when I'm writing it, I'm sure this thing I said, when you think about it, it makes sense, right? But when I want to give you as an investor or the owner of the project, I'm going to add some more data. You'll be blown away. I show you that for free. Then high level scope, right? What is the project going to achieve? We are going to have one, a fully completed 200 seater. 200 is a small number, but yeah, a fully completed 200 seater auditorium Two, fully a state of the art is not a clear scope. It's not a goal, it's a scope. But let me explain. So state of the art, what does state of the art mean? Having at least 20 air conditioners of 2 horsepower or 5 horsepower air conditioning system fully installed, fully optimal, right? Working in the place. A digital board, right? Wi-Fi connection that could, I mean, cover 200 people, or I could even take the scope a bit further and say a private virtual private network that ensures that learners do not use the internet for frivolous activities, right? So do you get that's high level scope. Key risks, right? So potential roadblocks would include things like lack of power in the school. So how do we fix the power? This is called risk mitigation now. It's something we're still going to learn. So then you talk about a budget, how much money, right? And how long will we need for this project, right? And defining the scope. This is the fence analogy, right? Imagine your project as a house. We'll be using houses for a bit. The project charter acts as a fence around it. So anything outside of that fence, anything outside of that fence is not in our project, and we are not going to be responsible for it. Do you understand? So in scope is everything that this compound can take, right? So let's say the project is within this fence, make green, create a green environment or plant grasses across this fence, this compound, fenced by the pickets that you see on the screen. Anything outside, even to this footstep here, is out of scope. Do you understand? Out of scope. If you want to be in scope, you need to put it there that, okay, to 5 meters or 3 foot be beyond the pickets. Okay? So vague goal skills project, okay, self-smart goals. Your goals need to be specific, what exactly needs to be achieved. It needs to be measurable. How will you track progress and know when it's done? So, for example, you say that, like I told you, 200 seater. If I say a large auditorium, it's not measurable. Do you get? Specific is an auditorium. Do you get? What kind of auditorium? A classroom. Do you get an amphitheater, all right? Where learners can receive lectures. Achievable. Is it achievable? Give me the result. That's the budget and time and people. Yes. Is it relevant? The business case. Yes. Time bound. What's the timeline? Give it. Yes. So this is how you save yourself from trouble. Okay. So an example, increase sales. Definitely this is, I mean, it sounds nice, and I know it's a mistake that a lot of us make, but a proper goal will be increase e-commerce sales specific by 20% measurable in the Lagos region. This is this is relevant, right, and achievable. Then timeline by December 31st. Do you see? Very quantifiable and measurable. Do you see? So think about it when you say, I want to get fit. I know this is something a lot of us say. I want to get fit, I want to live healthy. What does get fit mean? A better goal would be saying, I want to lose 20 kg over a 1 year period. Do you get? By doing X and Y and Z. So for someone that says I want to get fit in 2026, your first goal should not be I want to get fit. You should be to know what your current weight is. Do you get it? At the kickoff meeting, this is where you kick off the project. Everybody needs to be in the kickoff meeting. Everybody that needs to be in the project. This meeting is really important. I mean, communication is so important that imagine if I come here and I'm just like, all right, guys, it's important that you take your project seriously. I know. I mean, I guess some of you cannot even really hear me very well, but think about it. That if I was talking like this, I mean, it's a communication lesson. If you guys want to learn that, come and send me in the back. Um, but think about how I've been trying to speak to you, right? I don't know if you know that it's intentional that I'm actually, is it oscillating or modulating my voice, right? So there are times when I will say, take note of this. Do you see? Because I'm trying to get your attention. I'm saying all this to say that it's important that you let everybody know on your team, all these gesticulations as well. They are part of it, all right? They are part of the teaching. You see, foster high energy. So you want to ensure that in that meeting everybody is in sync. You are driving them big. You let them know that once we do this, our lives are going to change forever. We're going to solve a problem that has affected 2,077,524.9 people in the world. All right. So you give them things that would inspire them, let them know how they're going to get paid, and then get inspired on things. Okay. So then the five mission is draft a charter, and that is everything. So I'm going to show you, I mean, in a different, I'm going to talk you through the assignments for the week, right? And yeah, we'll talk you through the assignments for the week so that you can do every one of them. So see you on the video. Bye. Okay, just before I leave this video, right, I think I'm just going to say that there. So you've learned quite a lot this week, right? And it could be a lot. And I may have spoken too much on some things, but I said all that just so you can get the points, okay? Just so that you can get the points. And I want to encourage you, pay as much attention. We're going to learn more. It's going to get more practical. I'm going to show you some things. Those things I'm telling you to actually check. Please do check them out. If you don't check them out, it will actually be on you. So please, and I don't want to be on you. I want us to collaboratively learn. I want us to collaboratively succeed, actually. All right. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye, everyone.